Right. Welcome, everyone. All right. Welcome to the Roland's Reviews YouTube channel. I told you that I would be back with a very special guest, and I have promised, and now, thank God, I have delivered. All right. So let's welcome Blackson from the Arena Uncensored YouTube channel. You're probably familiar with him. Some of you already follow his channel. If you scroll above, he's already dropped the link for you to um, go on over and sub him up as well. And we're glad that you're here. He has some insight to share with you. And so, Mr. Blackson, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. I thank you for letting me be on the show, Roland. A fan of yours. I've been watching the show a long time, so I'm honored to be here.
Yes,
And
sir.
I enjoy you. I make sure that I don't miss none of your live shows on Sundays.
Oh, good.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, definitely.
we enjoy having you here. Everyone, spam the comment section with some love for Mr. Blackson from the Arena Uncensored YouTube channel. Let's go ahead and spam the comment section with some hearts. I've already added mine. Okay, and they're all welcoming you to the channel. And we hope that this won't be your last visit to the Roland's Reviews YouTube channel.
All right.
So normally how we do it, Mr. Blackson, I'll do the roll call. I ask everyone what their thoughts are about the title, and then we jump right into it. We don't waste time over here. And so I'm going to go ahead and start with the roll call because I don't want to hold Mr. Blackson up. He is ready to share some pertinent information with you. Now, roll call. If you'd like for me to call your name, please say hello, send an emoji, whatever you feel, do it. All right, Toy Mafia. Florida's here. Cha Cha, of course, is here. Baldwin Birds is here. Tina is here. Monique, DJ Basco, Ruby, Isaiah, Anton, Leon, HB. All right. Those of you who are here, please do us one small favor. Hit that like button. We promise it will not cost you anything. How you doing, Leon? All right. So let's look at the title. Black man supports Trump and shares his BLEXIT story from the Democratic Party. You know, I've spoken with other people who once subscribed to the Democrat ideology. Thank God they have all had the veil lifted. And so let's listen to what Mr. Blackson has to say. He's going to go through his journey and explain to us how he finally woke up and said, no, no Democrats. Allie, we're glad that you're back, love. Hope you're doing better, dear. So, Mr. Blackson, the first question I have for you, I guess, and I know you're gonna go back, and explain how it all started. If you could, first of all, tell us why and how, because one common theme that we're hearing when we're talking to Black Americans who said that they have fled the Democratic plantation, common theme we're hearing is, well, mom or dad, and I was told from since I was 5 years old, the Democrats are for the poor, the Republicans are for the rich. So take us through your BLEXIT story and start us from the beginning, please. And I'll try to keep up with the questions in the comment section, sir.
Okay, well, my first experience as a child is when my parents voted for Jimmy Carter.
Oh, wow.
And how devastated they were when he was defeated by Ronald Reagan.
Oh, wow.
And I remember my mom saying, I'm going to never, ever vote again.
Oh, wow.
And she stuck to that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
My mom is still alive to this day, and I'm trying to get her to, jump on the Trump train, but she was so traumatized by Jimmy Carter's loss that she said she will never vote again. I remember that as a child. And also in this journey, Miss Lynn, I remember, a lot of people talking about, Barack Obama being there first. Well, the first person I voted for, and I almost feel ashamed saying this, Miss Lynn.
No, don't. Tell us.
Bill Clinton. And let me tell you why. If y'all remember a show called Arsenio Hall.
Yes.
Mr. Clinton got on there and he got the saxophone and started playing. And then he sat down with Arsenio and he's like, there's a time I remember. I mean, I did smoke weed, but I didn't inhale. I thought that was the coolest thing. I said, dang. And he got on Arsenio Hall show, played the saxophone, and everybody kept saying he's the first black president. So I said, I'm going to go vote, Miss Lynn.
Yep.
He smoked weed. He said he didn't inhale, but God, I'm going to vote for him. That's the coolest.
Mr. Blackson, we're laughing, but Mr. Blackson, I remember what you're saying. For those of you who aren't old enough, he is speaking nothing but facts. I remember Ruby said Arsenio got us all. Truth bomb.
Thank you, Ruby. I don't feel so bad now, Ruby, because I really feel embarrassed right now, Ruby. So thank you so much kindly. Thank you, Ruby, because I really feel embarrassed telling the story. Because like I said, Bill Clinton said, I said, Bill, I know you smoked that weed. Oh, yeah, I didn't inhale, I didn't inhale, y'all. So we as black men took it as, oh, yeah, he smoked the weed. He inhaled, he got high. He one of us.
Right.
I feel really ashamed right now telling y'all this. I really feel embarrassed, but
Don't.
So that was actually my first time voting for a Democratic.
What was that, 92?
Yeah, 92, yes.
Okay.
And I voted for Bill Clinton. And then, I kind of had some political knowledge, but not really.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about, weapons of mass destruction and us going over into Iraq and Saddam Hussein. So I remember all that.
Right.
So Bill Clinton does his term. And then Barack Obama comes on the scene.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, wow, this might be, first black president. So, yeah.
Right.
That knocked out Bill Clinton being the first black president because we actually have an actual black guy being president. And so Barack Obama comes along, and he's talking, people talk about how, and I don't want to skip ahead to Kamala Harris, but let me just tell it. Barack Obama was the first king of the word salad. He was just real slick at talking, but he was saying a whole lot of nothing back then, hope and change.
Right.
We're not going to go back. All those talking points, I'm remembering it now. It's coming back to me. But because I was so focused on race and color.
Right.
Well, you know what? I'm going to go for him because we want the first black president, the first black man.
Mr. Blackson, do not feel ashamed. Do not feel discouraged. As we've been talking about on this channel, everyone, from the standpoint of, like I said, everything you just stated, I remember. Bill Clinton was touted as the first black president. He went on Arsenio Hall show. It had mostly an urban audience playing a saxophone. And like you said, he was saying that he smoked, puffed hay all day, but didn't inhale whatever he was. I remember all of that.
Yeah, Arsenio Hall was our Johnny Carson.
And he was.
He was our Johnny Carson.
He had a mostly urban audience. And again, emotions took over, right? So that's how it was sold. Clinton was sold as the first black president until Barack Obama came along, and it is what it is, folks. And so they know black people are emotional, so they try to tie something that they think is important to you to a candidate that they want you to support. So don't feel bad, Mr. Blackson. Continue.
I mean, I'm going to come to it. I'm going to tell you why I feel embarrassed because, I'm just going to say it, Miss Lynn. The
Right.
same thing the traps that I fell in, I'm seeing people fall in these same
Yep.
traps. And a lot of these people are older than us.
Oh, wow. You mean baby boomers, right?
A lot of baby boomers. Yes. Yes. A lot of people are falling. Now, I don't know how old Miss Joy Reid is. I'm assuming she might be a little bit younger than me, but I mean,
Right.
she is, you
Yeah.
know, I mean, she is gung ho. She is at the front line with the
Yeah.
spear. She is Wakanda all the way for this Kamala Harris.
Right.
So the point that changed my life is when I don't know if you guys remember, but there were some drone strikes in Yemen,
Yeah.
and I remember Barack Obama sending a drone strike, and they said that he killed 4 American citizens. 3 of those citizens, Miss Lynn, were underage.
Yeah.
They were underage. And I remember hearing that. And it
Right.
just like, that's when it hit me. That's when it hit me. When they said
Yeah.
that he killed 3 American citizens without due process.
Right.
It did something to me, Miss Lynn. And ever since that
Right.
day, I'm like, wow, you demonized 3 American citizens without due process and you killed them. You executed these people.
Right.
That
And
was my awakening on policy. That
okay.
was my awakening where I said, you know what? I need to start looking into this because I felt responsible for the death of 4 American citizens being slain without due process. Now, I know people will get on here and say, oh, they were Muslim extremists and they were this and they were that. Well, I'm a black man in America and I know how it is based on our history, how once upon a time they demonized black men in the South.
Okay.
Emmett Till, Malcolm X. I mean, so it's
Okay.
not hard to demonize a person, especially if they're an American citizen. And so I began to feel very uncomfortable. And
Okay.
that changed my whole life. That changed my whole life. And so after Barack Obama, got out of office, Trump came in. And so I was like, I remember when they were at a dinner and Obama was roasting Trump. He's like, oh, he'll never be president. And he's roasting him.
Yeah, I
And
remember. I remember.
Trump just had this look on his face like,
Yeah, I'll
you
show you.
know,
Yep.
I'm going to show you, right. And apparently, not only did a lot of people have faith in Obama, but my interpretation of Trump is that he had some faith in Obama. Because remember, President Trump is the one that funded Jesse Jackson's campaign.
Sure did. I did a video on that. He sure did.
Right. Right. So I think along with our, my personal disappointment, I didn't think I kind of was looking at Trump, and he jumped into the ring, and it wasn't until after he became president that I started to notice things. Now I'm a truck driver. I own my own truck, where gas prices were cheap, and
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest with you, Lynn. They say you don't notice things, you don't know what you have until it's gone.
Don't know what you have till it's gone. That was a hit song.
Right.
Joni Mitchell. So true statement. But I wanted to ask you, did you start to hear rumblings during Barack Obama's very first presidency from the Black Americans, especially who already knew what the deal was and was trying to wake everyone else up? There was a very small percentage. You remember Tavis Smiley? When
Yes.
he came out and said something, next thing I know, we didn't hear or see him anywhere. He disappeared. You
That
remember
is so
that?
true. Right. Yeah, it
Uh,
was a covenant of America or something like that. Yeah, it was
I
Tavis Smiley and it was I
remember.
forgot the other guy's name. But yeah, I remember that.
There were people trying to, not a lot, 1 or 2 people were trying to sound the alarm. Prosperity, you remember? And so
Yeah.
now that we look back, because again, if you look at people here and other people I've talked to, people who've been on the show, they were told by their parents, do what? Vote for the black candidate. We're
Right.
also told vote for the female candidate. No one ever told us, look at the policies that the person had. No one said anything about policy. And I just talked to you earlier, the singer Usher, Kamala had a free concert
Yep.
with Usher, trying to get, of course, more votes. So,
Ms. Lynn, I keep saying that she needs to get out of politics and into promoting concerts. I mean, she done promoted uh, Meg The Stallion, now Usher. She needs to be a concert promoter because that's all she's doing is every time she comes to Atlanta, she's throwing a concert.
that's all
Well,
she does.
hell, just be a concert promoter, Miss
Well,
Harris.
that's what you have to do when you have no policies that have benefited Americans, and now you're out here asking them to vote for you. If you had some policies that actually benefited them, you could say, I did this, this, and this. But you don't.
Well, it's funny, Miss Lynn. Remember how I talked about, Bill Clinton, smoked weed, and now they're using that same playbook when she finally came out. She finally came out with some policies, and one of those policies was, you know what, we'll legalize weed. We won't mess with y'all. That I mean, I'm like, really, this is what
not helping all
they're
those
offering now?
black and brown men she threw in jail in California.
Right.
Too little, too late for them.
Right. And I'm from California.
Wow. What part?
Well, I'm from South Central LA, but I have family that was in Hayward, Oakland, and San Francisco.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Wait, Hayward, Oakland, San Francisco, and it was one more county. I can't remember I can never remember the last one. Marin, I think Marin County, yeah.
Right. Okay.
And I got family members that tell you, a lot of people, a lot of people got locked up for the truancy, the weed, and all that. They were very strict in Northern California, very strict. And this is under Kamala Harris. And so that's why I always try to give people the opportunity to let's have a discussion on Kamala's record, but people don't ever want to do that with me.
I told you, I've offered. Some of her supporters, who I've worked with, friends with, come on, no, okay, but I did make the offer, and you can ask my subscribers. People come in the chat all the time, and I said it's okay if they have a difference of opinion as long as they're respectful and they're not name calling. They're they can come in and say what they want as long as it's respectful. And so. Right, prosperity, the Democratic Party. Yeah. And so, Mr. Blackson, another question for you. When did you start to, so you said you voted for Clinton the first time, right?
Yes.
But you felt uneasy about it?
No, it wasn't Clinton. It was Obama that I felt uneasy about. I was cool with Clinton.
You were fine with Clinton.
Yeah.
And then you voted for Obama the first time, but you were a little bit uneasy.
I felt uneasy when he had those Yemenis, American citizens executed. Yeah, I felt uneasy about that.
Okay, what else opened your eyes?
Believe it or not, the gas spill. I don't know if y'all remember the BP oil gas spill. That opened up my eyes.
Okay.
You had all that wildlife that died away and all that, but they never, they said that they gave them a little fine, but no jail time, no probation, none of that. I was kind of like, you destroyed all this ecological everything and they get a slap on the wrist. That kind of, I didn't feel right with that either. But more or less, it was the executions of the American citizens. That was just what did it for me.
What about, did that force you to start reevaluating how you voted and maybe doing research?
That made me wake up to what policies are. Because believe it or not, when I was on this whole Obama kick, I remember I was listening here in Atlanta. Shout out to everybody in Atlanta. There was a radio show, Shelley Winters. He's actually still around. And Shelley Winters is actually a Republican. But Shelley Winters would try to bring up policy and nobody would hear him out. And I remember every time somebody tried to bring up policy, everybody would shift towards racism and celebrityism and this schism and that schism, but nobody. And Shelley, I do go back and remember he tried. Also, Lorraine Jacques White, if y'all remember, people in Atlanta remember, this was AM radio, but Lorraine Jacques White and Shelley Winters were still around. These people tried to talk about policy, but somehow the conversation would always get derailed. So
Oh, wow.
I kind of knew about policy, but then I got swept away in all the other conversations, and people would always pivot towards something else, and
Right.
but I see it happening today. But I'm thankful because I can recognize the pivot now.
Right.
I recognize all the little talking points that divert us away from the policies, and now I laugh, Miss Lynn, because I can clearly see the little pitfalls that they add. Like when they don't have no policy, Kamala Harris is an expert at it. I mean, people think that she's dingy and goofy and all that, but she knows how to pivot and get out of it. You ever see that movie, The Matrix?
Parts, bits and pieces.
There is a part where Agent Smith starts shooting bullets,
Uh-huh.
and Neo's dodging the bullets.
Uh-huh.
That's what Kamala Harris is good at doing. She's good at dodging questions and dodging, and she knows how to pivot. Well, Trump evil. Trump is Hitler. Well, Trump was running too, and I'm like, wow. But now it sounds, and I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if y'all share the same thought, but she sounds so ridiculous. It's like the guy asked her about the border, and she's like, but Trump's running too, and I'm like, huh? So yeah, I'm just like, but I'm thinking at one point in time, this had to have worked on people, right? Because they feel so sure that she can get by on, just saying, Trump is Hitler, Trump is a fascist, Trump is a racist, orange man bad, and they're doubling down on that playbook, Ms. Lynn.
Right. Pinky said, and this is a lot of people have pretty much said this. She said, I remember years ago, I was having a conversation with a group of so-called friends about the candidates in that election, and one of them called me a Republican. Back then, that was a bad word. Yeah.
I remember that. Yes. Shout out to Pinky. Yes, that was, when people called you Republican, it was like calling you a bad name.
Right.
And, man, let me tell you, I can't really remember when I just, Roland, I think I just had enough. I think I just said enough was enough. Enough was enough. And then, like I said, when, again, I think what hit me as a trucker, like I said, I had to turn down contracts under Trump. I was turning down contracts. I was turning them down. That's how much work it was. When the gas prices shot up, and I remember this, and this is why I get so mad. I remember the debate between Biden and Trump. And Biden said, we are going to do away with the oil subsidies. This is what Biden said. And Trump looked on him. He got pale white and he looked like he's seen a ghost.
Whoa.
He was like, listen, Pennsylvania, he said it. And then you got people to this day talking about the president has nothing to do with the gas prices.
Yes, he does.
Clearly, they didn't watch that debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. And that's the only time Trump looked like he saw a ghost when Biden said he was going to do that. And I remember, the 2020 election and gas prices shot up, and now, yes, it's affected my work big time, Miss Lynn.
So I got to take what I can get now. Contracts now.
Not as many. I mean, I gotta just take whatever contract I can get.
Right.
I used to can turn down contracts. I used to can, I was real bougie. Like, oh no, I don't want to do dirt. I just want to do stockpile. I want to just do sand. I don't want to do no dirt. Now I got to do dirt. I got to do sewage. I got to do mud. I got to do all of it now.
Wow.
Dump dirt in people's backyards. I got to take whatever I can get.
So Trump tried to warn everything pretty much he warned us about. Some of us were listening and some of us were not.
Right.
But those of us who listened, we voted accordingly, but we're still suffering for the ones who did not.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think we're suffering from that, Miss Lynn, because those people in 2020, they were so upset about mean tweets. Now, I'm
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
I mean, I do YouTube and I might do Facebook, but I wasn't really a Twitter person. But I'm like, mean tweets, people?
Mean
Like
tweet.
but I think, again, we've talked on the phone, Miss Lynn. I think there are more people who are common sense that realize, hey, food is too high, gas is too high. Trump has already done it. He can do it again.
Right.
We're not concerned about mean tweets. Like we're too grown to let, my daddy has always taught me, you know, you let, you don't let other people decide who your friends and enemies are. You decide who your friends and enemies are.
Yeah.
So the news media is the ones telling us, oh, Trump is bad because he put out a mean tweet. And I'm like, and people are actually listening to this, Ms. Lynn.
Right. Well, the blacks, and we've talked, we're Generation Xers, so words do not hurt our feelings. Get over it, right?
Right. Right. But what does hurt us are these high gas prices, high food prices, high mortgage. These things hurt. Oh, having a broken border, actually no border. And we still haven't seen the effects of that. And shout out, I believe I saw, first of all, shout out to everybody in the chat, but I believe I saw, I want to give her a shout out, man.
Who, HB?
Prosperity. Yeah, Prosperity. Shout out to Prosperity.
Yeah, she's here.
Yeah, shout out to them people you had from Chicago. Shout out to them.
Yeah,
like I said, they're the core nucleus of the black bloater vase in Chicago. They're going to flip it. They're going to flip it.
That's it.
And I want to give a shout out to you and them because I think it could be done.
And
you got to watch the cheating now, but but like I said, Miss Lynn, if God can protect Trump from a bullet, he can protect us from a bad election.
Facts. HB mentioned also high crime. So America didn't have enough crime. We had to import crime, right? Okay.
Right. And Trump calls it migrant crime. So we got our crime. Now, I'm trying to do the math, Ms. Lynn. Whatever that ABC News, he said that crime went down. He wanted to fact check Trump so bad. Crime went down. So wait, you got crime and you're bringing 300,000 plus migrants in. You don't think there's going to be more crime? There's going to be less crime? How?
Especially when Venezuela and other places unlocked their prisons and told them to run to the American border.
Right. So no, but let's just say, but that doesn't make, so our crime is right here, right? And we got 3,000 people that already broke the law coming over here, and you don't think we're going to have less crime?
Right.
How does that? No. Well, how does that? How?
Yep. She said, speak, blacks, and Prosperity said, shop. She's shouting back at you too. So
right. You got more people. So if our crime's right here, you got more people. It's going to be an increase in crime. Like, come on now.
Facts.
We're stupid. It's simple mathematics.
Simple.
I mean, you a teacher. Like how you add more people and there's less crime?
You can't make this stuff up. Migrant crime. Right, Alley Cat. Alley Cat has her own personal story. Drop it in the chat section, Alley Cat. Ruby said Venezuela is now safe. Yeah, because they unlocked the jails and they're all over here.
Well, Trump said, shout out to Ruby. Trump said that those migrants, they were opportunity. Number one, they were locked up to leave. A lot of them were on death row. Leave the country, and if you come back, we're going to execute you.
Yeah.
Yeah, crime's going to go down. All the criminals are here now.
Everywhere. So
come on now. And wait, we didn't vet these people, but the ABC during the debate said we got less crime. Come on now. But we're not going to entertain that because we already know, and they try to make Trump look crazy. We already seen the town halls where he talked about eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the people of the pets that live there. We know that's a reality because
yeah.
that comes from a city council meeting of actual people. So
Oh,
since when did the people's information become disinformation?
yeah. Prosperity said they better get prepared to go back without our stuff. Truth bomb. Yeah. Facts. Prosperity. Chicago Hood said math is racist. Don't you remember? Yeah. Everything is racist to those crazy people. Oh
Obviously.
my God.
So
Yeah. Pinky said the crime will be worse next year because they know they have to get all they can before they get the boot out of here. Pinky's right. We may see an increase. I mean, it's already bad, but
okay,
whew,
Ruby just said something very significant.
yes,
They will not take those heathens back. Those heathens don't want to go back because,
yeah,
again, Ruby, if they go back, the government said we will execute you. So what is that? What do you think that's going to do, Ruby? We got to force these people to go back. That means they're going to fight for their lives before they
yep,
go back. So it's
yeah,
going to be a mess.
it
It's
is.
going to be a mess.
Um, Prosperity said hire more ICE agents and that. And so what I've been telling people who are particularly students who are close to graduating, I've been telling them they need to go into law enforcement. There's going to be plenty of jobs available in law enforcement if you're willing to relocate to Texas, because they're definitely going to have to hire some more people. Um,
Um, Let me just say this for everybody in the chat and also you, Miss Lynn.
yes, sir.
Now, I put my information, thank y'all for subscribing to my channel, but if y'all want to get a temperature of how it's going to go down, y'all subscribe to Clay Higgins.
Could you drop his
Let me see if I can
link in
drop
the
his
chat?
link. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna see if I can drop Clay Higgins' link because yeah,
Okay.
y'all about to see. I think he's about to be the AG. He's going to be in Trump's administration. He's very modest.
Okay.
He's from Louisiana. From y'all, those from Louisiana, y'all
Okay.
might know who Clay Higgins is. But let me see if I can
Okay.
find him.
Donovan, thank you for stopping in. Thank you so much, Donovan. Pinky, some countries made public announcements they will not take some people back. Pinky, I guess we're just going to have to dump them in Mexico and they're going to have to figure it out because they've got to go so that this country can survive. And Florida said, let's support Mr. Blackson by subscribing to his channel, The Arena Uncensored. Yes, he dropped a link earlier. Um, and Alicat is telling about a really awful experience she had. We were talking yesterday, and I think Alicat, they were illegal immigrants. They stole her truck, and she was beaten. Her jaw was broken, and almost she said almost killed her. And I was speaking to her last night when she was still in the hospital, and I'm assuming she's still in the hospital. C. Ramirez said, yeah, Clay Higgins is a bad, yeah, okay. He gets things done. So you're right. You're right. Um, and so Mr. Blackson, another question for you. When did you initially start hearing rumblings about Barack Obama and how, he's really not doing anything for the American people? But he was, again, now the Democrats, what they do, just like they've done with her, they'll form someone and an image that they think we can digest, and then they present them to us as Black because they want us to be emotional and vote for that person. So what are your thoughts on what's going on now so far as Kamala is concerned, and now the backlash that Barack Obama is receiving now that he's no longer their Lord and Savior? A lot of people, Black men, are saying, no, we don't want to hear what you have to say. We're trying to feed our families. We're trying to survive. What are your thoughts about that?
Okay, so let me ask you your first question.
Okay.
I first heard rumblings about Barack Obama not doing what he promised when he bailed out the banks. I don't know
Okay.
if y'all remember the 99%,
I do.
the
I do.
1%, and all that. When Barack Obama bailed them out, I said, oh man, the gig is up. He's not for us. That's
And
number
he
one.
said, and remember, he said they're too big to fail, right?
That's right. Yes. Yes. And and
No
and
one
and
went
not
to jail.
not only, and remember, there were people, houses that were foreclosed. He couldn't save us. See, we talk about the people during Hurricane Helena and Hurricane and the other hurricane, how people are offered what only $75 and the migrants. Obama did that first with the banks. He bailed out the banks, but didn't bail us out.
And see, I'm glad you brought that up because thank God during that time, thank Prosperity says she just subscribed, Arena Blackson.
Oh, thank you, Prosperity.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people forgot that. And I remember, boy, that people were losing their homes left and right.
Left and right.
But for the grace of God, I did not. You did not. But we all knew someone who did.
Right.
And I'm glad you brought that up. He bailed out all the big banks, and let's be real, the things that they did resulted in the housing market crash.
Yep. The
And
worst housing bubble ever. But then Barack Obama want to get on there and talk about, oh, Trump brag about that's his economy. No, that's my economy. No, we had a bubble economy under your economy, Barack Obama. What are you talking about? We don't forget things like that. Yeah.
so that's what, when you really started, is that when you really started to do a deep dive and when he bailed out those banks, but all these Americans who lost their homes were left hanging on the rafters, no help for you, right?
Right. Yeah. That was the first well, the second, that was when I knew, okay, Obama's not doing his job. And that was before, like I said, the American citizens were killed in Yemen. But yeah, that's the first. I was like, that's kind of peculiar. He's saving the banks, too big to fail, but he can't save the people who, where it matters, not the people who buy the houses. But so okay. And the second part of your question, Miss Lynn, I'm if you could repeat the second part of your question, you said about, I think I forgot the second part. I'm
So
sorry.
when did you start to do a deep dive? Okay, so okay, I know you said something about the Americans that were killed, and then this also bothered you, the bailout of the big banks and America,
Yes.
everyday Americans were not helped. So when did you really start to say, wait a minute, let me see, what's going on, what type of policies this guy has or will have. And so how did you really start to make that turn, I guess is what I'm trying to say, where you're like, wait a minute, these democratic policies are not for me?
Well, it's simple, Miss Lynn. Like I said, when you have bailouts for the banks and don't have bailouts for us, it's not complicated. It's not complicated at all. Like, okay, why? Wait, we the ones that voted for you, and mean we can't have a bailout? So it just, I was done then. I really don't need Barack Obama's fancy talk at that point because it's pretty plain and simple. You're not for us.
Nope. And I am so glad you brought that up because I thought I was so angry when no one went to jail. Don't you remember there was a backlash
Mm-hmm.
of Americans? Like, wait a minute, no one's going to jail for this? Because
Right.
remember with the subprime loans, and if you're like me, I knew some people who got some homes. There is no way they should have been able to purchase those homes. So they
No.
sold all those loans, and
Knowing.
they
Right.
knew.
Yeah, it was a trap. So again, but see, when it's happening in real time, Lynn, you're like, is this happening?
Yep.
And sometimes it takes a minute. Now, some people catch on fast. Like I said, sometimes it takes me a minute to see the groove going. And like I said, but once I say, okay, they can bail them out, but you can't bail us out. But again, when I'm looking hindsight,
right,
you can give the migrants all this money, but only offer us $750. So again, I've already seen this playbook. I've seen this playbook under Obama. So that's why I'm like, he's coming out and showing his face and popping up and wagging his finger at black men like that. I'm like, no, bro, I remember, but maybe Miss Lynn,
Okay.
Barack Obama thinks black men smoke so much weed that we can't remember. Maybe that's what it is.
Oh my God. He's hoping that you smoked and that your brains are just totally demolished.
Right. Right.
Oh my God. If you're here and you're enjoying, I'm enjoying this conversation. Please go ahead, hit that like button, folks. Hit the subscribe button. Share this content out. Bring more people into the conversation because this is good stuff. And this is what I like talking to people. Tell me about their metamorphosis from the Democratic plantation to freedom, basically. Do you feel freer, Mr. Blackson, after leaving the Democratic plantation? I want to know what you think about all these Democratic shills and puppets and these black preachers that are always denigrating Black Americans for not voting for their chosen candidate.
So, Miss Lynn, this is a very complex. Let me get this out of the way real quick so we can really dig deep in this conversation. Okay. Number one, your Ricky Smileys, your Steve Harveys, all of them are getting paid.
Yeah.
They don't believe what they're saying. So let's push them aside. Now we got the shills coming in here talking about, oh, Kamala Harris, this and that. They are paid shills. Mm-hmm. So when we get rid of all the people that are getting rid of the paychecks, it's not that many people left. The only people left are the ones talking about race. And I think the people that are pumping race are the ones that didn't vote for Barack Obama and now they want to. It's like, I don't know. It's like a person that missed something in their childhood. Like, I didn't get the drink. I didn't get the smoke. I think these are people are latecomers on the whole race tip. I think they didn't vote for Obama and now they're coming talking about, oh, we're going to need big votes on race. Like, I'm having people walk up to me that shame me about voting for Barack Obama based on race. And now they're coming at me saying, you going to vote for Kamala Harris? I'm like, no, weren't you the one that was anti-race?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's why when I'm telling you, Miss Lynn, I'm talking about family members. I'm talking about people I've worked with. I'm talking about people I've known for years.
Wow.
Who were like wagging they don't vote based on race, and now they're voting based on race. And I'm like, what is going on here? Mm-hmm. So, it's but again, as far as those people, and I guess we could just dig even deeper. I think they're I don't know what to say, Miss Lynn, because
Prosperity said that they have to be Democrat.
Right. But the thing is, they can't. I mean, I don't think that number one, they're getting all their information from the Joy Reids or Rachel Maddows. They're getting all their information from them. The View, right. Sunny, Whoopi, and all them. And so when you watch that constantly, that propaganda, then you begin to believe it. And you may not even agree with it. I think you're just programmed. Trump is a racist. Trump is a racist. Trump is a bad man. Trump is a bad man. Trump is evil. Trump is evil. So you're just repeating things that you've heard. And because people still believe the media to be the truth, believe that is gospel, they run with it. And so I think I put more of the blame on the View and Rachel Maddow and your ABCs. I mean, hell, we watched in real time where this guy, first of all, let's talk about the debate. They made an agreement and said they would not fact check both sides. And that's why Trump looked stunned, like, wait, we agreed on this. And they did the same thing to JD Vance. Right. JD Vance like, hold on. Y'all said we weren't going to do no fact checking, but now y'all fact checking. So y'all broke the deal live.
Of course they did.
So yeah, when because and I believe Trump and I believe JD Vance because they had a look like, when you make a deal with a person, they promised you, oh, Miss Lynn, I'm gonna pay you $200 and I come and pay you 120. You're gonna have a look like, and that's how Trump and JD Vance look like. This wasn't part of the deal.
They moved the goalposts. You know how they do.
Right. That's how I know they're telling the truth because they had that look. We
Oh,
we
yeah.
know that look. We know that look, y'all. Y'all in the chat, y'all know that look when the person, oh, I'm gonna pay you $200 and they come with 120. Oh, this is all I got. You give them this
Right.
look like this wasn't part of the deal. So yeah.
Of course it wasn't. And you're absolutely right. And so again, all I can say is see, those of you who are here, yes, make sure you subscribe to the Arena Uncensored, but also Miss Prosperity. She's putting in the work as well. She has some great content. And if you like this content, so the Arena Uncensored, Prosperity, we're all on the same page, folks, trying to get those Democrats out of office so we can take this country back and moving in the right direction again. Right, Miss Prosperity said we are all working together to move this needle. Exactly. HB said color shouldn't matter. And that's what we've been saying. BLEXIT, I told you on some of the platforms I go to, some of them, okay, and I'm going to share your link there. Some of them, all they're talking about is black, 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 and they don't understand. No, that's why this country is in the shape that it's in. We've allowed the Democrats to divide us. We have to pull together to work against our common enemy. I've been saying that.
Well, I always challenge these pro black. Always come bring the black talk because it was Malcolm X who was the king of the black talk that talked about voting policy. If you really want to keep it real, the original speeches was by Malcolm X. It was called The Ballot or the Bullet, and he was talking about policy.
And it's here on YouTube. What
he was talking about policy? It don't get no more black than Malcolm X. It don't get no more black than him. It don't get no more black than Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. It don't get no more black than, I can do the black stuff all day. But again, you got to go to one of his greatest political speeches, The Battle of the Bullet. And he was talking about policy then.
Right. He sure was.
He wasn't talking about race. In fact, he spoke against race. He said, man, you got people like James Farmer and Martin Luther King taking paychecks from Lyndon B. Johnson. So yeah, he said, no, we're not going to do the race stuff. We're going to go based on policy. And I'm paraphrasing, of course, but yeah, y'all know The Ballad of the Bullet. He's talking about policy.
You remember after Malcolm X made his pilgrimage to Mecca, he changed his whole ideology. Because remember, prior to him going to Mecca, he was, just about black. He went to Mecca and saw Muslims of all races, skin tones, eye color. He came back and he was more inclusive, like you said. He realized, where if you had people who had a different skin tone that wanted to assist, he said, he was more welcoming to it. You know what I'm saying? Once he made his trip to Mecca, whereas before he made that trip, he was
well, one thing I can tell you about Malcolm, he definitely wouldn't have been down with the whole process of them anointing Kamala Harris and not having a democratic process. I can tell you, yeah, he wouldn't have gone for that. He definitely wouldn't have gone for that. So yeah, that's they talk about threat to democracy, but that when they had that dinner, when they had that little joke dinner that Kamala Harris didn't show up to, by the way, and most voters are either Catholic or Christian. That wasn't a bright move, but we'll say that for another show, Miss Lynn. But yeah, like how you not show up? Not only you had the most. First of all, it's in New York City. Like the comedian said, it was a layup for Kamala, and she didn't show up for it. The last Democrat not to show up for it was Walter Mondale, and you see what happened to him.
Right. Thank you so much, moderators. Thank you for handling the comments. And I'll say this again because I know some of you may be new on the channel. It is okay to disagree with the ideology we are sharing. However, no one in the chat section or my guests or me, none of us will be disrespected. If you can come on here and share your difference of opinion, however, you cannot come on here and call people names. We definitely know that I don't know what her name is now. Billie Jean is a Democrat. Why can't you come on here and share your difference of opinion without calling people names? That's what children do. We don't do that over here on this channel. That's that other channel. Okay, so thank you, moderators, for taking
Well,
care of that.
I'll offer Billie Jean. Billie Jean, if you can come up with a single policy that Kamala Harris has, I will cash app you $100 if you can give me a policy, convincing policy, and not the one talking about weed. I don't smoke weed, darling. I drive trucks for a living, so no, I don't drive. I don't smoke weed. And as far as the $25,000, they're going to raise the prices. So everything's going to raise, and so you're going to pay more on the mortgage. So that's not going to work for me either.
Nope.
See. But what I've learned, Miss Billie Jean, is that you Democrats are allergic to policies. That's what I've learned. Even Barack Obama, with all his slick talking, they're allergic to policies.
You're gonna love this one, Blackson. So, where is it, Ruby? Ruby, I always have to put her in the corner because Ruby's a firecracker. Ruby and Alley Cat. So Ruby said, Billie Jean, we will assume you would make a point if you only had a brain.
Right.
So again, there is no need to call people names. We welcome everyone on this channel. We are all inclusive, but we will not allow anyone to be disrespected. So Badgerton, how are you? Scamala has nothing, exactly, unless you're into the unaliving of children in the womb. Pinky said Billie Jean only has work salad for yeah, so she's timed out. So she Blackson, she can see what you're saying, but she can't respond. How you doing, Matt?
Well, Billie Jean, again, I will the $100 still stand. If you can come with a policy, you can come to my channel at any time. You know, it don't matter. And if you can come up with a convincing, now I'm gonna just give you heads up. The stuff she just released is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But again, do you have a policy? $100. You see, all you got to do is name the policy. Oh, by the way, speaking of which, Roland, Elon Musk is offering $1 million from now till election day, and all you got to do is sign a petition. And he's going to pick every day. He's going to pick $1 million, a person to win $1 million.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on his website. It's a petition. The bear arms, freedom, but basically y'all type up Elon petition, and all you got to do is just sign it. Especially if you're in a swing state, just sign it, and you will be put in to win $1 million.
Right. Thank you so much for that plug, Blackson. Blackson, oh my God, my moderators and subscribers, oh my God, this chat, they keep me going. I have to contain myself because I'll be laughing. Alley Cat said, Billie Jean, why don't you moonwalk your own? Oh my God, they are terrible.
Hey, is Billie Jean a woman or a man?
Who knows? They're a Democrat. They don't know what they are.
Oh, they're Democrat. Okay, they just a Democrat. Okay, got you. All right.
Oh my God, Alley Cat. Petition is to protect the First Amendment and Second Amendment. Oh my God. And so Matt, love, thank you for coming back. Matt is one of our new subscribers. Make sure, Matt, since you're enjoying this content, make sure you sub up Prosperity. Make sure you sub up the Arena Uncensored, because we're all singing the same song.
Can I address Laura Holland?
Yes, sir.
Laura Holland said Kamala's anti-Christian. She sold out to Satan himself. Laura, I don't think she ever was a Christian. Now, let me just, I mean, the way I was raised, Christians weren't down with no abortions. I come from the old school. You know, in fact, if you read the Bible, they talk about baby sacrifices, but you know, that's a whole nother show. But yeah, abortions are modern day baby sacrifices, and in the Bible they were against baby sacrifices. So that's I don't think I think she was always for baby removal. I'm sorry, yeah, baby removal. Yeah, YouTube they be trying to they
Yeah.
be trying to.
Hey, I know. I'm already shadow banned, so what can I do? Laura, how are you? Yeah, Chicago Hood's calling out some god that they're sacrificing them to. Matt said, "Did you see Trump serving up fries?" Yes, everybody's talking about it because it went viral. I think Blackson was talking about that earlier. And
Yeah.
Blackson, you remember when you mentioned that to me? I
Yes.
said, yes, he's actually there serving fries, whereas she told lies and said that she worked there as a teenager trying to connect with everyday Americans.
They're still looking for the records on that. They still looking.
McDonald's was contacted. They still, as Blackson said, they're still looking for the records. So that should tell you, because someone's running for president of the United States. If they had actually worked there, that's an advertiser's dream. That would bring them even more customers. So stop it. Badgerton says, I think YouTube responds to the word unalive. Yeah, Badgerton, that's usually what I say. Unaliving in the womb.
Yeah, their AI is catching up. They're catching up with our little lingos and slangs. So but hopefully y'all be patient. And you too, Miss Lynn.
Right.
Elon Musk is setting up where they can compete with YouTube real soon. So I think he's going to make it happen real soon.
Yeah, and I've been saying that. I've been talking to Prosperity and other content creators. We right now, YouTube is king and queen. We need another platform. A serious competitor. There are other platforms. There is no serious threat or competitor with YouTube. Let's just keep it real. People have podcasts and all of that, but a serious competitor we need. So someone hopefully that doesn't subscribe to the left-wing ideology, so we can say what we need to say and not be shadow banned all the time. I'm just saying. Chicago, you're right. Ruby says she may start back eating at the Arches. Okay, Ruby. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, Steve said, "Donde está mi amiga?" Steve, I was gonna ask what happened to James. He hasn't been here for the last few lives. Is he okay? When there are people that are normally here, and I don't see them for a while, I get a little concerned. That's why I reached out to Alley Cat last night, and I'm glad I did. Now that I know she's okay, now we got to find out what's going on with James. All right, Mr. Blackson also. Where are we here? Okay, so what are your thoughts on this current election cycle? Thank you, Lynn. Sending love to you from North Carolina. What are your thoughts on this current election cycle as it relates to what we as American voters need to do to make sure that they do not steal another election? We know they stole the last election. Mr. Blackson, I don't know if you watched the video I did. They have given these illegals ID cards. They've told them they could vote. I voted already. I voted Friday. I'm in North Carolina. I had to show an ID. You go to some of these liberal cities, you just walk in, and I could go in there. I'm rolling some views. Oh, come on, here's your ballot. So, what are your thoughts about the security of this election? What are your thoughts about that?
Okay, well, I don't want to be biased, Miss Lynn, but let me just start with Georgia. And I am on Trump Force 47, and I am a poll watcher.
Okay.
And let me tell you, I do not advise nobody to do no type of cheating in Georgia, because they said when you do, we will. They have such high-tech security here in Georgia.
Right.
that I wouldn't advise nobody to try to, pull
Right.
out ballots in 3 o'clock in the morning, send everybody home. I do not advise you, because if Elon Musk can build a spaceship that go up into space, come back down and park itself, he can set up security measures that will catch you cheating. That's number
Right.
one. Okay.
Right.
Now let me speak for the other swing states.
Okay.
From what I understand now, what you've told me, Miss Lynn, is that um, they have some security measures similar to Georgia just by asking for your ID. Your ID alone, and
Right.
when they popped up on the screen, we pretty much share the same system. Now,
Right.
shout out to Scott Presler up in Pennsylvania. From what I understand, they have some good security measures. I don't live in Pennsylvania, but they have security measures. And also in Arizona, they have security measures. Now, let me say this. Shout out to Prosperity and everybody in Chicago. Well, let me say this before I address Chicago. Trump is not going to visit Colorado, California, New Jersey, and soon to be New York. You think he's just going there and just smiles? No, he's going there to set up security measures so they can get accurate numbers.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're and people don't realize Trump is shaking hands with the deputy sheriffs around the nation and also the police force around the nation, because they are setting up measures to spot out cheating. Now, let me address Chicago. Let me address the elephant in the room.
Because Prosperity just typed, there's no ID required in Chicago. So please do.
Okay, so let me address that. So I did get news from Miss Lynn about, Prosperity saying her and her husband went to go vote. They didn't ask for no ID. Prosperity, what y'all gonna have to do is you guys are gonna have to get Trump. If y'all can get Trump there, Trump will set up security measures, but you gotta get him there. So that's all I can say. Anywhere he goes, he's going to set up security measures. So again, Prosperity, I know y'all doing everything in y'all power to flip Cook County red. Y'all got to get Trump there. If you get Trump there, I promise you, all that cheating they've been doing for decades ain't going down.
Nope.
It's not going down. And I hate to say this, and I love my sisters. I love. I don't wear a tie and a shirt. You know what I'm saying? Got this beautiful woman right here. But I'm going to say this, Miss Lynn, and I'm going to say this, Ruby, all the sisters, they are going to get. Now, me growing up as a black man, it was always mama and them, auntie and them, grandmama and them. They always told us, don't hang around Pookie and Ray Ray. They were the ones that tell us things to stay out of prison.
Yep.
So I'm going to return the favor to mama and them, auntie and them. Do not commit no felonies for the Democratic Party, because you're going to go to black women.
Mr. Blackson, could you say it again for the people in the back? Because you're going to be all these black women that they use to try to bring Trump down. Now they're trying to keep their behinds out of jail. Because
right.
I'm just saying.
Again, black women were always the voice to keep the black man out of jail. Always the voice of reason to keep us out of prison. So as a black man, I'm telling y'all, black women, do not let the Democratic cheat you out of your freedom.
Got that right.
And I'm telling y'all what my mom and them told me, grandmama and them told me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to keep it real as a father, my father, we raise our sons, but we do a little mischievous things. But at the end of the day, mom and them like, they be don't hang around Pookie and Ray Ray them. Don't do it. You're going to get locked up. I don't have no money to get you out of jail. So I'm returning that favor to y'all black women. Don't let the Democratic get y'all a felony. Don't let them get you caught up, because they're going to come to y'all. They know we not with it, because we peep game. Not saying that y'all peep game too, but they always go to the oldest black women. They always go to the church ladies.
Blackson, I've done video. You see, if you go back, I did video. The black women that they're using to do all this shady stuff.
The church women.
You're gonna be just like Fonnie and all these other people. Now they're trying to stay out of jail because they're not going to back you. And like I said, they know the black men won't do it, so they're coming to the black women to do it.
Black men, we know criminality. We know criminality. We know, we see it a mile away. But because they come in a suit and tie, they come to your church and, oh, yes, the Democratic Party, you're not going to see the crimes they're going to ask you to do by stuffing ballots in the middle of the night. Because, yeah, there are, in Miss Lena showed video of them locking up a black woman, 3 o'clock in the morning, just stuffing ballots. Just stuffing ballots. They're going to come to the black women. They're going to go to the black women in the churches and ask y'all to commit this federal felony crime. Don't do it.
No.
Trump said if. No, he didn't say if. He said when y'all cheat, you will go to jail.
Yep. So what would you say? I'm glad you said something about that, Blackson, because a lot of people, and you have to realize too, a lot of people don't even see it as a crime because the way they package it to and sell it to them,
right?
They don't understand that they're breaking the law.
Right.
And then, you know, the Democrats throw rocks and they hide their hands. When you get busted, that's your little red wagon. They're not going to be they'll be gone. Because Trump's not going for this cheating this time around.
No, he's not. He's not. He's not. And he's got Elon. Like, I'm going to tell you, it's scared. What's his name? Zuckerberg so bad. He's like, I'm sorry, Trump. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, now he's kind of backing Trump. Yeah, he knows what
he's backing Trump. Because he knows what Elon can do. Elon can put a hurting, like he's got a very nice security system. That's why I said, Miss Lynn, I don't worry about it. I don't worry about the cheating. For all y'all that keep worrying about cheating, don't worry about the cheating. Trump's got it. So again, shout out to Chicago, shout out to Prosperity. Get Trump there and he will set up those security measures like he did in California and Colorado.
Yeah, but I am so glad you brought that up because we talked about that on the phone and I didn't think about mentioning that. But yeah, think about your freedom. Right. And people, when they're asking, but like I said, my concern, Blackson, is the way they package it. Then some of these women may not know that they're committing a crime because they're not going to come. They're not going to say, okay, well, you know, they're not going to be honest and tell them the truth that what they're doing is a crime.
They're not, and I don't want to see these black women getting locked up because most of them are going to be. They're going to be older church women. They're going to be mature church women that don't, you know,
and they don't know.
They don't know.
Wow.
They don't know. They don't know. Those are the ones they're going to come to. You know, there's an old saying, there's an old prison saying, you got to get a torpedo to do the dirty work.
Yep.
You call them torpedoes, meaning in prison, if you want to go after a person but don't want to have your hands attached to it, you send a torpedo. A torpedo is a person that don't know no better.
Right. Chicago Hood just stated what you and Blackson, remember we were talking on the phone earlier, said Usher came out for her last night. He's fulfilling his contract he made with the devil when he sold his soul years ago for fame and fortune. So blatant. Chicago Hood, we Mr. Blackson and I were talking about that. You're absolutely right.
Well, Chicago, I got to give Miss Lynn all the credit because I said, Miss Lynn, they've already come out with Barack Obama. They came out with Oprah Winfrey. They came out with Max and Johnson. Who else can they possibly came out with? And boom, here come Usher Raymond. It's only, I said, oh, wow, really? So,
and they just don't. And if you look at the video now, again, body language, he's up there talking. And I want you to go back and check it out. The people behind him, they're just looking around. Like, no one's listening to these celebrities.
No, they want to come see a free concert. Shut up and perform.
He's up there talking. They weren't paying attention. They were just looking on.
Like, what is all this? We were told we were getting a free Usher Raymond camera. I don't want to hear all this. What are you talking about? But what are you talking about? Perform. It's only a
Again,
sexual thing.
right.
What are you doing? Usher,
And
perform.
they haven't read the room again. You're right, Blackson. They haven't read the room. Ruby said Diddy would do a PSA from prison. hey, no Diddy, no doubt. Ruby.
Ruby, hey, let me tell you, Ruby.
Yes. Usher better go somewhere and sit down. Because I'm telling you, Diddy's gonna drop. He's not going down by himself. He dropped everybody is scared. Everybody that went to those parties. So
Ruby,
no.
all I need to know from Ruby, this is all I need to know from you, Ruby. Where's Steve Harvey?
Oh. They say
That's
he's
all I
on.
need to know, Ruby. Just tell me where Steve Harvey is.
Ruby, tell us where. Yeah, he ever since
I'll wait.
ever since the diddler went down, he's been on the run. They say hard to Ruby. She put some smiling emojis and some horses running.
Okay.
You should now. Ruby's the last person because Ruby's a mess. We love it.
Okay, that's all I want to know from Ruby. Where is Steve Harvey? That's all I want to know, Ruby.
Tell it like it's got to be told.
Because Ruby is very smart. She's very knowledgeable. So I just want to know where Steve Harvey is. That's all. Just tell me where Steve Harvey is.
Just like TDJ, they all running from them tapes. They all running and stepping down and hiding. The people who were telling us, all these people telling us to vote for Skamala, now that they had, it seems to me like they have other concerns, especially since the diddler was arrested. But you're out here trying to tell me who to vote for. You're a millionaire. Get out of here. Ruby said Steve is getting measured for a new man outfit.
That didn't answer my question, Ruby. Where is Steve Harvey? I understand what they're doing for him.
She said he's in hiding. She said he's in hiding.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Ruby. But yeah, I just,
And Alley Cat says he's probably laying it down with Cam. Yeah, I'm telling you, these subscribers, oh my God, this chat is always lit up. You see what I'm trying to, sometimes I'm trying to get a point across, but the stuff they're saying, I just lose it. I just bust out loud. I hold it as long as I can. But this is, they are the best chat on YouTube. Hands down.
You have the best chat. You have the best show. Again, your show alone goes against the narrative that they tried to start, because the narrative that they wanted to start was black men are going to be for Trump and black women are going to be for Kamala. But y'all shut that down real quick.
We're shutting it down. That's why I'm trying to share this information with as many people as possible to let them know. And I told you, since we started talking, I am definitely not with her. Right. I don't subscribe to any of her ideologies because they don't support America. They support everyone but Americans. So,
I mean, they proved that with the $750 that, you got to get approved for it, by the way. You're not guaranteed $750.
Yeah, so there is no way I could subscribe to that ideology. And again, the few people that did get the money for the student loan forgiveness as an American taxpayer, I wasn't happy about that because someone decided to be irresponsible. And I've seen a lot of Americans, white and black, upset, saying, "Hey, I paid off my debt, my college student loans. I didn't get any help." And like I said, I know now I counsel students every day. And I tell them, if your parents did not save up money for you to go to a college or university, boom, come right here, go to a community college. It's a lot cheaper. And that's something I counsel students about their future as it relates to education. And she locked black women up for their children being absent from school. Yeah, and it was all funny. And you know why she did it? Tell you how she did it, because the schools were losing. When the kids aren't there, the schools don't get that money. So she didn't care about the black women and their sick children. She just cared. She was upset the school was losing money because the kids weren't in school. That wasn't no concern of hers.
Right, but you've already talked about how the superintendent, the principal, and the teachers are informed about this girl's condition. So I'm still baffled by that, Roland, because you as a teacher, you're going to know about that child's condition.
Right. We all know. Especially if a child has a serious condition as serious as sickle cell, the guidance counselors share it with the teachers so we understand why this child is missing so many days, or if the child is not able, is missing several assignments, even if they're there. That's sickle cell is a debilitating disease. I have taught high school students that have had it, and they did the best they could, but it's just debilitating. And when they couldn't do the work, I didn't press them because I didn't know what they were feeling in their body, but I know it wasn't good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, yeah.
Right, but it's not like you're not going to know about it. You're going to know firsthand.
You know, the guidance counselor, the students who have debilitating health circumstances, the parents usually leave the documentation in the guidance office. The guidance counselor of that child shares it with all the teachers, so we know, we have a heads up. So if the child's missing a lot of days of work and they're coming in and they need to make up work, we know to let them make up work. They're not out because they're skipping, they're out because they have health problems.
Right.
And so that's what that's all about. So she knew, but she didn't care, like we talked earlier. It's ironic to me, she's coming, she's trying hard for the black vote, when all she's done is throw black and brown men in jail. I was watching the video the other day. Black men, Hispanic men, they don't want anything to do with her. Go talk to all the black and brown men she threw in jail in California and laughed about it. So basically, they were enslaved, working for the prison industrial complex. Free labor, that's slavery.
And she was so defiant that a judge had to order her to release those prisons because, she wanted labor. She needs firefighters. But no, these people are past their time.
And the guy on death row, I did a video about him. She had to be forced to let him out. He was on death row, innocent man. She had the paperwork proving that he was exonerated. She still would not let him out of jail. But you're out here trying to get black men to vote for you. And some are the ones who have no testosterone. You know what I mean?
Right. The ones that are push, what do you call them? Rolling butt cheeks Martin?
Yes. Yeah. Rolling butt cheeks Martin. Yes.
But you see, he's been quiet, Roland. You see, he's been real quiet.
Yeah. I wish he would go quiet permanently. Him and all the Democratic shills. Ricky Smiley, I feel so good. I don't know how you feel about those Democratic shills, that I don't watch those shows though anyway, like the DL Hughley and Ricky Smiley. I don't watch their shows anyway.
I never liked them.
But to get on here, and again, all of them are doing well financially. Yes. And you're telling me who to vote for. Get out of here.
Right. And that goes for George Clooney. That goes for Magic Johnson. That goes for Julia Roberts. Like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all don't even know what pumping gas, like, y'all don't even know what that is.
You're millionaires. I have nothing in common with you. So I may like your movies. I may like your music. It's the buck stops there. You don't tell me who to vote for. But the Democrats aren't reading the room, like I told you earlier with Barack.
Barack Obama, he missed the mark, Miss Lynn. Like, he totally missed the mark. Like, I guess he was really feeling himself. But it seemed like he would have read the room when he tried to push Hillary Clinton. He didn't learn from that lesson.
He did not learn. And then he came out. I told you, he came out. And then the backlash was so deep. They had to come back with another comedian did a video. No, that's not what Barack Obama was trying to do or say. We know what he was doing or say. But the backlash was so deep They responded to it. No, that's not what he meant. Yes, it is.
Barack Obama don't need saving. He can save himself. You know, and let's talk about, you know, because again, Miss Lynn, you know, you've studied psychology.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about that, you know, Barack Obama and Biden at this, you know, funeral. Let's talk about that.
Uh-huh.
Let me get your take on that, because they're saying the narrative. Now, I do believe a part of it, they saying Kamala was a weak candidate, but all that, oh, we got time. I don't think so. That was a lie. They added some stuff to give people hope.
I think particularly since with the backlash, when Obama talked to the black men, and you know, and then the backlash came, I think he's saying, and I'm paraphrasing, of course, our goose is cooked. They can't be serious. They know they're not going to win this election. Obama, if you go back and look at that video when he was chastising those black men, he was the master, they were the slaves. Why? It's like, and I've been telling people, Barack Obama's had 3 terms. And if you listen to how he's been out talking for her, he's desperate. Yeah. He wants one more term. Well, more than that, if he could get this one right.
Right.
And he realizes, especially after the backlash, I think his head was in the clouds, but after the backlash happened, he was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And so he's now at a point where, okay, this has never really happened. Now, he's never received a backlash from black men like that.
Never.
So, because it's always worked. Whenever you want to get black people back on the Democratic plantation, send out Barack Obama. That did not work. So when that happened, the backlash happened, I think he was telling Biden, hey, it's a wrap. I'm paraphrasing, but you know what they know that she's not going to beat Trump. They know that. They may not be honest with us so far as what the polls are saying. They know she's not going to win. I mean, now I'm not saying that means they're not going to still try to cheat, because they are.
It's going to be too big to rig, though, Lynn, because they've already taken a pulse of the early voting. And my state and your state, the Republicans, they're saying the registration Republicans are way ahead, and the voting in most of these counties way ahead. So that's just in Georgia and North Carolina.
And see, if you again statistically, if you look at where all the other Democratic candidates were in comparison to where she is, oh no, she's lagging. So Barack's not going to come out and say, you know, throw in the towel. We know she's not going to win. He knows she's not going to win. He reads the same clippings that we do. He knows she has a problem with black voters. What did I say before? The internet is undefeated. Every person has the internet. Every person can go and look at all the black and brown people she threw in jail and laughed about it. Right? So why do you think it's so hard? Barack didn't have it this hard trying to get Hillary when he was backing Hillary Clinton. People did say something about her super predator remark, but compare the two. Compare them. He didn't have to try this hard with her. Yes, she made that comment, but everybody loved Hillary, Queen Hillary, as
right.
But look at this. This has been an uphill battle from the get-go. Why? Because of her record with black and brown people. Yes, I'm saying brown, because if you look at it, Hispanics are saying they're not voting for her either. They're very familiar with her from California.
Well, let's not only forget the Hispanics, the blacks, the Amish, the Muslims. What other groups? Those 4 groups, right? Oh, the Christians, the Catholics, the Jews. So it's, you got major groups that's like, she's really like pissed off.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. With Hillary, it was just she made the super predator remark. But history, now think about it. Hillary had a history, and then her husband had a history, a love affair with Black America.
Right.
So Hillary got a pass. I didn't vote for her, but a lot of Black Americans gave her a pass because of Bill.
Because of Bill, that's right.
So let's call it what it is, people.
Yeah, she rode on Bill's coattails like Biden rode on Obama's coattails. But see,
that's what I'm saying.
Kamala can't ride on Biden's coattails.
Right.
No.
Look at it. And again, the history Kamala has in California with Black and brown people. No, ma'am, no, sir. So if you had policies that actually benefited Black and brown people in California when you were there, they would be coming out supporting you, but they're not. They're not. So you're behind in comparison to other Democratic candidates. Boy, I'm missing all these comments. Kali is right. This is what we were talking about, Kali. Kamala withheld evidence so she could incarcerate Black men longer. Truth bomb. You think these Black men aren't talking about that?
Right. Now,
let's be real. Let's be real. A lot of the Black men who are supporting her, they're the Black boule. They're doing well financially. They're in the Divine Nine, the Qs, the Kappas, the Alpha, in the fraternities. They're doing well financially. They're making their money. They don't care about what she did to poor Black and brown men in California. She withheld evidence so she could keep Black men. That's on record.
Right. On top of her trying to like up Michael Jackson, by the way.
I told you. I did a video on Janet Jackson. I love and respect her even more. She did not back down. She did not say anything wrong.
She wasn't supposed to. That was her brother.
Right. Where Ruby, the gold is rubbing off the false idol called Bear. Yes, Ruby. That's why Obama's lost. This is never, anytime he chastised or admonished Black men to get back on code in the past, they did willingly. They're not doing that now. Where are we? Too many reasons why we should not vote Kamala by now. Right, Kali? Anyone who has more than 2 brain cells should know. Sister Blackfoot, how are you? Good evening. Ruby said Hillary should have promised hot sauce for everyone. I'm truth bomb.
Right, so they could put us on the Obama medical care plan with all that heartburn.
Right. Yes. And so that's just where we are. CJ Parks. That's so terrible what Kamala did to that mother and sick daughter. That mother was a fighter. And honey, I love it. That mother, now she wasn't the only one. She's the only one who's really been visible coming out talking about it.
Right. Yeah.
She's going to every news source she can, telling about that. God keep her protected so she doesn't disappear. Because you know when people speak out, sometimes accidents happen.
But it's too many people speaking out. It's too many. It's overwhelming. Like I said, too big to rig. So Lynn, it would be pointless to go after her because you got so many people speaking out on Kamala.
Right.
You know, it wasn't that long.
Right.
Wasn't that long.
Right. And again, we're talking about some very pertinent issues here. Because I'm just glad that, because I know when you were talking earlier, you were like, well, I feel bad. How you doing, Mary? No, don't feel bad. Just be glad. Thank God that you woke up.
I mean, yeah. And again, it wasn't so long because Willie Brown is still alive.
Right. And so, and at least it's better to wake up than to still be sleeping, right?
Well, again, it's funny because I'm reminded of all the reasons why I voted for Bill Clinton because of the weed and Barack Obama because of the race card. And so, yeah, it's all coming back to me. And I'm like, yeah, these are definitely old playbooks that I fell for and they're still using it. And I'm just like, that's why I laugh at it now, Miss Lynn, because it's like, wow, I fell for this. Like,
it's like the devil, Blackson. The devil doesn't change what he does because it works. He's been doing the same thing for thousands of years. It's the same. And the Democrats are the devil. We know that.
Absolutely.
The tactics. Now, They're finding out that they're not working. How you doing, Judy? Yeah, Judy, that's my point. Better to wake up, right? Yes, Judy, that's what I'm saying. Because sometimes Blackson people will come into the chat and they'll say, "Oh, they're Trump supporter now," but they'll say, "I voted for Barack Obama," and some people will go into attack mode. I'm like, don't do that.
Right.
Welcome them and thank God that they woke up. That's my mindset. Glad another brother or sister, another American is awake. That's all I care about. How you doing?
That's true. That's true. That's
Nashi?
true.
Manish Manoski says, "Sister, we still want to help some more sisters and brothers. If you register for Elon Musk's petition, you'll win. I feel, and you can help the people in need." Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, Booker T, you weren't here. Blackson mentioned that. Yeah, he went on the Arsenio Hall show playing his saxophone, talking about he smoked weed but didn't inhale it. Again, to stir emotions, to try and make Black men feel like I'm one of you. Like all Black men smoke weed, and that's not true. Thank you so much, Antoine, for the super chat. I'm spamming the comment section with some hearts just for you. And Antoine says, here are the Kamala supporters in the Black community. 1, Bullier, which we just mentioned. 2, baby boomers, which we just mentioned. 3, Gen X. 4, uninformed, low info. 5, ratchet ghetto. Truth bomb. 6, zesty, sassy men. You know what they're saying there.
Right, yeah.
Okay, rolling. Hey. 7, feminine and feminist. Okay, Antoine broke it down. Okay, Antoine. Oh my goodness, he broke it down, didn't he?
Gen X, yeah, he did.
Oh wow. Melissa, how are you? Maya Angelou, when someone shows you who they are, believe the first time. Melissa, that's one of my all-time favorite quotes. Truth bomb. Yes, I love that quote. Yes.
So true. It's so true. And again, she's trying to, it wasn't that long, Miss Lynn, and she contradicts herself on everything. She's for fracking, she ain't for fracking. She for guns, she ain't for guns. So it's like, man, where you like? Come on now.
Collard greens being washed in a bathtub, like that's supposed to connect with Black women.
She disgusted Black women with that.
Yeah. So
Black women were disgusted by that. I was like, ooh, you do not tell a Black woman them greens were damn washed in the dang bathtub. Okay. Don't do that.
You Blackson. I've never cooked greens in my life. I've known people who have cooked them. I have never, ever heard of it. And I've known some people that have cooked Thanksgiving dinners and Christmas for big crowds of people. All those greens were washed in the sink. It took some time. They were washed in the kitchen sink. So I don't know where you got that from.
Yeah, she lost me with that one. But she lost. I think she lost a lot of Black women with that one. Shout out to
the ones with more than 2 brain cells said, "Wait a minute, wait, what?" No one that they know of has ever done that. I don't know anyone, Black or white. If the white people cook and eat collard greens too. I don't know of any woman of any race that's ever done that.
No American.
No. Facts. Melissa said, I wouldn't know where. Ruby says, about Kamala, smoked weed while listening to Tupac and Biggie, even though they were still in elementary school.
Oh, yeah.
She don't even go back and check the date. She just makes stuff up.
Yeah, she just saying stuff. Yeah, she just be
said, next it would be chitterlings. I can't with her. And these are all,
Well, Steve, she only got 17 days left, man. Roland, what is she doing the last 17 days? Just throw more concerts?
I say she needs to go somewhere and sit down. It's nothing she's doing is work. Okay. She needs to go back. Remember, I don't know if you saw the several videos I did when she was not granting interviews to anyone. Trump was all over the place.
Yeah.
She wouldn't even talk to the left-leaning liberal media outlets. So I was singing this Flock of the Seagull song about her. And I ran so far away. I love that song. 1983, Flock of Seagulls. Yeah. Then she started doing interviews, and every time she does one, she screws up. Remember, she just had a teleprompter screw up. She cackles all the time.
Roland.
Yes,
did they really thought they weren't going to get away with her being late for the interview? Did they really thought they were going to get away with that?
That was all. I did a video on that.
You did.
All planned. Everything.
You really thought she was going to get away with that?
It was strategic. They really did not want her to do the Fox interview, but she is so far behind. It's a desperation.
But Roland, you can't do that with Joe Rogan.
Right.
You can't do that with Joe Rogan. Do that with Joe Rogan if you want to.
But you saw the strategy, though.
Yeah.
Get there late. She talked over him the entire time. And what did her campaign manager, it obviously told her, don't answer any questions. And your default answer, Trump, 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 Trump. She said it 21 times. Every time, every question led back to, it's Trump's fault.
Right.
Get out.
Yeah, and then she tried to, I'm glad, shout out to was it? No. Byron Donalds. She tried to keep telling this thing like, oh, Trump killed the bill. Byron Donalds said, no, we killed the bill long before like it even reached. Like, no, Trump had nothing to do with it. He said it was a trash bill. That's why we killed it.
Right.
Shout out to Byron Donalds. Yeah.
And it was trash. That bill did nothing for Americans. That's why he didn't sign it, but she never says that.
No, that bill is to further fund Ukraine, the losing war in Ukraine, the war that Russia's winning, Ukraine. Yeah, the war Putin is winning. Yeah, that's where they want to keep money going.
Right. So again, Democrats are not doing anything for Americans. We know that. We've said that. I've been saying that on this channel forever. So what I suggested, BLEXIT, is that, and yes, Ruby, it was about an amnesty bill, so all these illegals could
right.
come.
That's right. Yep, that's right. That too.
Yep.
Non-Americans, basically. Yeah.
Right. Again, everything is for everyone else but Americans. So I said, what we all need to do is go down to the Texas southern border and come in and see if we can get some health care and some houses and some food stamps. Everyone who comes through that border, that's my tax money. That's your tax money. These people in the chat, that's their tax money.
So you're saying forget the Helena 750. Forget that. Just go to the border.
Just go to the border. If we can get all those people, take them to the border. They won't have all the red tape.
And they got to wait to get approved either.
Nope. Everything, nothing has to go through red tape, no approval, no application. You came here illegally. Oh, come on, let me help you.
Yeah, come on through.
I even have a short, I'll share. It's a short here on YouTube.
Okay.
And it's hilarious since you brought that up. I've got to share that. It is absolutely hilarious. Let me see if this is the one. And
oh yeah, I like him. That's Doc Rich. I like Doc
Rich.
Yes.
100.
Yeah. Right. You need to get on your show, Miss Lynn.
Huh?
Get Doc Rich on your show.
I think I've reached out to him.
Okay.
So I've reached out to a lot of people, but the people that I have on are the people who responded. So watch this. This is funny. It's sad, but it's true. Everyone watch this.
How the Democrats have been treating Americans.
Hey, man. I just crossed the border from Mexico. You got any health care? I need to go see a doctor. It's been a long walk.
Welcome to California, brother. How are you doing? Yeah, take this right here. This will get you everything covered for free. All right.
Gracias.
Do you have a phone by chance?
No.
Oh, here you go, brother. Here you go. Here you go.
Wow.
Oh.
America?
I'm assuming you don't have a place to live right now. Do you have a house?
No.
Here you go. $30,000 for a down payment.
Yes.
Hi. I just saw that guy walk out with a bunch of free stuff. Can I get some?
Yeah. What country do you come here from?
I'm an American.
American. What do you want? Like a handout or something? Why don't you go get a job, pay your taxes? How else are we going to afford to pay him?
Are you kidding me?
Americans.
Tell me where the lie. Where was the lie? Where was the lie?
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where was the lie? Ruby said he ain't lying.
No.
Lie.
I've been subscribed for Doc Rich for 2 years. I've never seen that one. Damn.
Oh yeah, he keeps it 100.
I'm slipping. Yeah, because I did not see that one by
I
Doc
did.
Rich. I did not see that. Wow.
Right. Yeah,
Wow.
Doc Rich. Well, I saw that and I lost it. I was like, oh my God. And so it's satirical, but you get the point. That is what the Democrats are doing to America. They don't have to come in with red paper, red tape. They just come in and just get everything. If you're an American, you have to jump through hoops. Then, even if you do qualify, well, you can only get maybe $5, $10 a month. Get out of here.
And then it's a loan, so you got to pay back with interest.
I can't with these people. Alley Cat said, don't get me started. Freedom, Steve Rogan would destroy her. That's what Steve said. Yeah,
Steve. She can't pull that coming in late with Joe Rogan. She can't pull that coming in late with Joe. I seriously doubt. I don't know, Steve. Do you think she's going to do Joe Rogan? I doubt it, pulling that kind of stunt.
Yeah. She probably will back out. I think that's what he said.
She needs to. She needs to, because Joe Rogan ain't going to play that. Joe Rogan got all the time in the world. That's his show.
Right. That's what I'm saying. She more than likely, she just wouldn't go. Because he would eat her alive. And I give Brett Bayer, I give him credit, because they probably told him, to be kind. Because they're always saying that the conservatives bully her, and then they would have been saying, it's because she's a woman of color and all that crapola that they're always spewing. So he was very respectful. But who was disrespectful in that interview? She talked over him the entire time. Yeah. Tell me I'm wrong.
She was filibustering left and right because she did not want to answer none of them questions. Boy, them questions, he came out the gate asking about the border. And she was like, oh, shoot, time for me to dodge because this dude's going to ask some real questions. He was like, oh, shoot.
I'm saying,
because the news media has been coddling her the whole time. Oh, Kamala, we love you. Oh, you're so nice. Well, I got a question. What is your favorite color? What's your favorite color dress? What's your favorite fabric?
Oh my God.
Do you like Gucci or Louis Vuitton? Yeah, that was.
Yeah. And but if you've noticed that they have coddled her.
Yeah, they've coddled her.
Right, like I said, I give Trump credit. He didn't kiss her feet when he was at the National Association of Black Journalists, and they know how he gets down. He said, oh, I always thought she was Indian, when then all of a sudden she's Black. He said what a lot of other people wanted to say but were afraid.
Right.
I'm just saying. And I'm glad
what she said. She said that. Roland?
Yep.
Because as I learned it on your show, they asked, are you Black? Next question.
Truth bomb.
I got that from your show.
So, right. So
I got that from your show.
Right. But you have millions of Black people. Oh, yeah. She's going to be the first Black female. Are you crazy?
She still ain't claimed it. Next question.
All you had to say was, I'm Black.
Right.
He didn't say that. No. So guess what she could do? Kiss it. Right. Where are we here? Pinky. He's the president, but I'm making a trip. Okay, she better be glad it's not me. She would be crying and begging for mercy in about 2 minutes. Steve said he would get her.
Oh yeah.
Kylie said Kamala's on stage in Detroit for 6 minutes and 36 seconds. Kylie, they want to limit her exposure because every time she gets out here, she sticks her foot in her mouth.
So let me ask everybody in the chat, what is her possible next move? I mean, she done got it. I mean, just throw more concerts? I don't know. I'm just putting it out there, y'all.
It's a wrap. And it's really too little too late. When she had the time that she had when Trump and Vance were out here doing all these interviews, she was running, okay?
Yeah.
Away, not granting interviews to it. That was very precious time that she lost. And now that she is granting interviews, how are you going to be the president of the United States when you're only answering questions that you feel comfortable with? And if you don't feel comfortable with it, you don't answer. Your default answer is Trump. Get out of here.
Okay, so Judy Monroe said martial law. Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Prosperity said quit. That's what we wanted to do. We just wanted to quit at this point, Prosperity. But well, I mean, she got
insulting people's intelligence is what she's doing.
Right.
Like they don't know what you're doing. And she's making so Blackson, the more she's out here, everything she's doing is driving people further and further away.
Right.
So Trump, like I told you earlier, Trump really doesn't have to do anything. I talked to Prosperity on the phone about that. Prosperity says she needs to quit. So
I agree, Prosperity.
Think about it. I told me and Prosperity talked on the phone a long time about that. Trump didn't have to do anything. It's what the Democrats have allowed, especially with this migrant situation. So Trump, all he had to do is sit back. He didn't have to do all the rallies and town halls that he's doing. He doesn't have to. But it's because of what the Democrats have done and allowed. Trump didn't have to actively vet the black vote. Black Americans were coming to him. When I started talking about what was going on in Chicago and other sanctuary cities, they were asking Trump to come and talk to them.
That's right. And I'm still getting on Trump about that. Trump, you need to go to Chicago, Trump. I keep telling, I don't know what we need to do. Shout out to Prosperity. I don't know what we need to do to get Trump to Chicago. Because like I said, he went to Colorado, he went to California, he went to New Jersey.
I have to ask her. She would know. Chicago Hood or Prosperity. Excuse me. Does Trump have a scheduled visit to Chicago? I thought that he did. Let me see what they have to say. Judy, you're right. Republicans are not all clean hands either, unfortunately. Judy, I was talking to Blackson about that earlier. Yeah, you have a lot of people, quote unquote, Republicans, but they're really, you know what we called them earlier.
Well, Judy Monroe, you know, you had a lot of Republicans on the J6 committee trying to, you know, in coordination with Fannie Willis, in coordination with Letitia James, in coordination with Jack Smith.
Rhinos.
Right.
They're not. So they're Republican in name only. Look at their ideology. Look at what they support. Chicago Hood said he was there Tuesday. I thought he had been to Chicago or was scheduled to go to Chicago.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, Chicago Hood said he was there Tuesday. Yep.
Chicago Hood, can you post the video or can you find? Yeah, I need to see that. I need to see that.
Prosperity said he's been to Chicago twice, which I thought he had been. I don't remember the dates, but yeah, he's been there already. Yep.
Okay, but yeah, he hasn't been there to rally though.
I think so. Okay, Prosperity and Chicago Hood are going to answer your question.
Okay,
but I remember him being there.
Okay, Prosperity, you got to keep us in tune when Trump comes there, because I did not know that. And I call myself following Trump everywhere because, like I said, of the whole security setups that he's doing it. And so, yeah, no rally though. Okay, so
right,
what's happening in Chicago? Okay, Prosperity. Again, if he sets up If he sets up the same security measures and you guys vote, you guys will flip Chicago. You guys will flip Cook County.
Prosperity, she has the entire full video on her channel.
Okay,
No rally, so I guess it was I think it was a town hall, Miss Prosperity, but she has the full video on her channel.
Okay, I'm okay. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, I promote that Prosperity. Yeah. I did not know that, and I do apologize. I do apologize. I did not know that.
You're just out here working like everyone else.
Yeah, but that's my whole. You know, I love strategy, Miss Rowland. I can tell you, I'm a Civil War buff, and one of the strategies is going to Chicago.
Oh yeah,
Chicago is a blue stronghold, and like I said, for him to go to California and go to Colorado, I'm keeping track of that because, like I said, he's just not going there just to rally. He's going there for security measures.
Chicago Hood said he spoke to a business group and it was awesome. Yeah, I know he's been there. They've been asking for him forever. Because I did a video, oh my God, when I first started this series, I told you it went over 117,000 views. When they were asking him to come, but this is before he actually went to Chicago. They were saying, yes, please come to Chicago.
Yeah.
And I'll drop that link for you. I think you've seen it, but we have some new people here. But yeah, he's been there.
Aurelia said, I would love Judge Joe Brown to give an interview to Kamala Harris. Oh God, that would
he would eat her alive.
Yeah, that she wouldn't have a chance. No.
I tell you, Judge Joe Brown has been dropping truth bombs on people 30, 40 years. He's never been sued, so that should tell you.
She would be better off with Candace Owens interviewing her than Judge Brown.
She can't handle that smoke from Judge Joe Brown.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, she'd be better off with Candace Owens.
Yeah.
She'd have a better chance with Candace Owens.
All right. Those of you who are here, I just dropped a link. The video I did for when Black community activists were inviting Trump to come to Chicago. Dawn Morris said Judge Joe Brown does not play. And no, he does not. That's right, Dawn.
No.
Billie Jean is back. Billie, what was your question for Billie Jean? Because she was timed out, but she's back. And Billie Jean, we welcome. Let me tell her before she does something wrong again. Billie Jean, you're welcome here. All we ask is that you not call anyone names. It's fine that you have a difference of opinion. So if you have a question for someone, fine. We ask that you just be respectful. That's all. Okay, go ahead, Blackson.
Yeah, Billie Jean, what I was saying, if you have a policy that you can convince me, I will cash app you $100.
Billie Jean said, I'm a guy. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. And the offer still stands.
Okay. Alley Cat is he wants to know a policy about what any policy.
Just one policy, just one.
One policy, anything,
Anything, any policy, just anything, but it has to be good though. Whatever you think is a good policy, Billie Jean.
Right. Right, Collie. Billy said Kamala's child tax credits. What are your thoughts on that? Now, I don't know. That doesn't affect me because I don't have any children. So,
well, break it down. Explain it.
And the birds can be pronounced. Alley Cat. Allie is cutting up again. I love it.
So, Billie Jean, does a tax credit apply to the immigrants or Americans? That's the first thing we got to look at.
Mm-hmm. Billy said the child tax credits were expired. She said by Trump. He said by Trump.
No. We're not doing but Trump, though. What policies does Kamala Harris have that is so convincing? Yeah, we're not going to do the but Trump, though.
She's been Let
Right.
the child tax credit expire. Okay.
And why did she not deal with the tax credit for the last 3 years?
Crickets. All right. Billy said you asked for one.
It wasn't convincing because everything's going to go up. So the
That
child
wasn't,
tax
that
credit
wasn't a Kamala Harris policy, though.
No, it wasn't. No.
Billy,
you,
everything she's saying, I got you. Everything that she's telling potential voters and supporters that she's going to do, there are things that she could have done as the borders are. She could have had the border secured. She did nothing, and the lamestream media protected her. And if you try to find something negative about her on the internet, they've taken so much information off of the internet in relation to her because that's who they are pushing. That's who they want to win.
Yeah, Billy. Kamala Harris didn't need Congress to close the border.
Right, Chicago.
You know that, right? Yeah.
Karen said, but Trump did the burden of the unburden of the holistic unburden of the burden of holistic. Woo!
Ooh, Karen.
Billy said that the border czar is not a real title. Okay, say that she did not have the title of border czar. She was the VP. Why did she not close the border? She's telling people now, oh, I'll close the borders. She could do that now.
All it takes is a phone call.
Cognitive decline. The things that she's promising people now, that she's going to do in January, she could do now. So she's lying to the American people. She's not going to do anything.
So Billy says she can't. So then she can't cut off the food stamps. She can't cut off the apps. She can't cut off the phone. She can't cut off the housing. She can't cut all that off.
Right, Karen? Allie Cat said a Rhodes Scholar. Allie, woo! Allie is back on her game. Right, Tammy? Right. Billy, she does have power. She does. What does the vice president do? We know Biden being in serious cognitive decline, she could have stepped in and taken over, and she could have done some things. The things she's promising now, she could do now if she chose to, but she doesn't want to. She wants to continue to flood this country with illegals. Don't get it twisted. Biden's policies are her policies. There is no difference.
Right.
None. That's not true, Billy.
All it takes is a phone call to shut down the border.
Right.
Allocating funds away from the migrants and sending them to the American citizens who suffered in Hurricane Helena, it just takes a phone call.
Yep. One phone call would do.
Cutting off aid to Ukraine takes just a phone call.
Right, Alley Cat. Billy, there's something she could have done. Now she's talking about helping Americans who are suffering, who are homeless. All the things she's saying she's going to do in the future, she could do now. So we know she's lying. Right, Alley Cat? Okay, I won't.
So basically, Billie Jean, you're conceding that she has nothing. She has no policies that you can convince me why I should vote, consider voting for Kamala Harris. Because when she was on The View, Sonny asked her, what would you change? She said, I can't think of nothing. So her policies, basically she's saying, is Biden's policies. Let me remind you, Billie Jean, that I'm a truck driver, and her policies, along with Biden, help raise the gas prices. You charge truck drivers on gas, we're going to raise our prices, and we were the ones that bring the food in. So it's not that, and everything else goes up. It's not that hard.
Collie just said it. Like I said, Collie's right. Kamala Biden is in office now. They can help us now and will not. That is a truth bomb. Facts. Ruby Cam claimed she persuaded Sleepy Joe in the last one, and right, with his cognitive decline, she could have gotten some things done. She doesn't want to. She keeps saying, once I'm president, she's using that like you dangle a carrot in front of a horse or mule.
Right.
We know what's going on here. She has no intentions of doing anything for American people. Billy, that's not the question. Trump was not in cognitive decline. He was making decisions. He did not need Pence to make decisions for him. Betty Boop. She was the deciding vote on the most Senate split votes ever. She had more power. She had a lot of power. But now, again, she's dangling the carrot, telling the American people what she's going to do. How you doing, Tiffany Jackson? Tiffany
Billy
Jackson.
you keep saying, but Trump, though. Let me give you some advice. If you use but Trump, though, as your argument, people, they're going to shut down. Because Trump had a way better economy. Like Reagan said, are you doing better now than you did 4 years ago? So I would advise you, do not use Trump in your argument. Do not do that. I'm trying to help you. Don't use Trump in your argument. Right. Trump was not a president for the last 3 years, sir. Don't do that. We don't have TDS over here, Billie Jean. We don't have TDS over here.
Facts. And how you doing, Patty?
So the best thing for you, Billie Jean, is come with some policies. Stop using TDS. Now, we understand, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. We understand that you have TDS. We get it. We don't share that with you, sir.
Oh,
we
listen,
do policies over here.
Patty just dropped a truth bomb. I have to read it. Biden taps VP Harris to lead response to border challenges. AP News updated 7:29 p.m. March 24th, 2021. That's a mic drop and a truth bomb all in one. Trump derangement syndrome.
Yep.
Allie. Right, Tammy? I'm sick of the high gas prices and I'm sick of the high food prices. So, as Allie said, I guess there's no reason to continue. Mr. Blackson, give us your closing remarks because we're not getting anywhere with Billie Jean.
Yeah. I see that now. Yeah, he's but Trump. And I already told him don't do that. So
sounds like scammer.
Yeah. But Trump though ain't gonna get it. Thank you for having me on your show, Miss Rowland. I like I said, I am a fan. Again, when I saw you, Miss Rowland, I was like, ooh, she is about to break the narrative.
I'm trying.
You are breaking the narrative every time you get on here. And like I said, y'all make sure y'all hit the like, share, and subscribe. And we got to keep Rowland's show going because YouTube don't like Black women. They expect because they already got us when Kamala Harris loses, they're going to blame us. But y'all sisters like, no, y'all ain't gonna take all that credit. We want some of that credit too. So
I am not with her. Never have been, never will be. I am for PPP, policy. That's all I care about. Don't come in over here on this channel talking about someone's gender or someone's supposed race. Don't care. That has nothing to do with my pocketbook. Nope.
Oh wow. Billy
thank you,
said
Tina.
she
You're
is not
blessed.
losing. No, Billy, she's losing. She's losing.
Bad.
I don't know if you've seen she needs Georgia, she needs Arizona, and she needs Pennsylvania. She's losing all three in the early voting. So yeah, she's done.
They know she's done. They won't come out and tell us they don't have to. We know. And so I've enjoyed this. We definitely let's go ahead, folks. Those just coming in, please go ahead and hit that like button. We're so glad. I enjoyed this conversation. I really did.
I enjoyed it too.
And again, please make sure you come back on the channel. Tiffany Jackson. Okay, we have another Kamala supporter, but that'll be for the next conversation.
Right. As Trump
I know you
does.
have to get ready for work tomorrow, and I've
Oh,
enjoyed.
we doing the butt Trump though again. Oh gosh.
Right.
We doing the butt Trump though.
Oh yeah. And so where are we here? Yeah. So those of you who are leaving me comments in the comment section, once I end the live, I will come and address your comments. I've already voted. So those of you, even though I voted, I told you I will be going out to the polls. And if I see something that doesn't look right, I will definitely be reporting it. Yes, Dorian, especially as it relates to Americans. Billy said rhinos would carry the day for Kamala. Yeah, but it still won't be enough.
No, it ain't enough of them. No.
Ruby said, shout out. Where are we? Said she's giving you a shout out.
Oh, from Gwinnett. Oh, she's in Gwinnett.
Yeah.
Okay, Ruby. Shout out to you. She's in Gwinnett. Now, again, up in Gwinnett, I'm thinking Gwinnett is red. What I'm concerned about is Fulton County and Cobb County.
That's all right. The eyeballs are out.
Yeah, but Gwinnett, I think, is in good hands because it's predominantly conservative Hispanics, and I think Gwinnett will vote Trump. I think she's in good hands. Yeah, but again, and shout out to you, Ruby. I know you stay in Georgia. If you can, volunteer for Fulton County. They need help in Fulton County. So we need to get down there. So hopefully I can see you down there, sis, because we need to Fulton County and Cobb County. I think Gwinnett is cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. But I think yeah.
So thank you so much, Mr. Blackson.
Thank you.
And I will still be talking to you, conversing with you to see as we get closer and closer to November 5th. Yeah, I know we're going to be talking on the phone, but you have to come back on the show because there's something happening every day.
Now, are you gonna do a live on election night?
More than likely, I'm sure I will. Even if I fall asleep, the live will still be running.
Okay, well, because you know what? Let's do it. I think we should
both do it.
Yeah,
we'll both live stream. And I may fall asleep, and you may not see me sitting here in this chair, but the live stream, so people can come in and say what they want to say, it'll still be going.
Okay. I'm with it because we only what about a week and a half away?
We're close. We're real close.
Right.
So thank you so much. We've enjoyed you. Everyone in the comment section has enjoyed you. We have new subscribers, and definitely we want you to Suave, and those of you who are just joining the chat, please go over to the Arena Uncensored, Mr. Blackson's channel.
Right.
Sub him if you like this content. Sub to his channel. Sub to Miss Prosperity's channel. She's putting in the work. She's there every day at the. She goes to the Chicago City Council meeting. She is fighting for the people of Chicago. Ruby's working the polls on election night. That's great.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So anyway, we're going to let everyone go. Thank all of you. We've been here a couple of hours, and we appreciate you. There are thousands of other content creators, thousands of other channels you could have been a part of, but you decided to spend your very valuable time here at the Roll YouTube channel. Just know it is much appreciated. And I'm going to end the stream, and I'm going, you know where I'm going, straight to the comment section to respond to all of your comments. Thank you. Monique said, great show. If you enjoyed this show, drop fire emojis in the chat. And I will do the same because I definitely enjoyed the insight. And I always like hearing the personal stories of people who have escaped from the Democratic plantation. It's a joy for me. Okay. There we go. They're dropping the fire emojis now. So, Mr. Blackson, I'll be talking to you.
Okay.
And keep sending me those videos. I don't know if I'll be live tomorrow. If I'm not, it'll be Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay. Well, I'll be tuned in. I'll be ready.
All right. Or if I have time, I'll throw a quick link together, and maybe you can come in and share your thoughts and your concerns about some things we talked about earlier. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm here.
All right. Thank you so much. I'll be talking to you in the next day or so, or texting. Just keep the videos coming. Okay.
I will.
All
keep
right.
the shows coming.
Oh yes, I will.
All right.
I have to bring the heat. All right.
You bringing it. Like I said, you killing the narrative.
I'm trying. Yes, sir. I am
Black
trying.
women were supposed to stay on the plantation.
I am. I want nothing to do with the plantation. So all those people that love the plantation, stay over there with Michelle and Barack. I want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you my favorite Joe Biden impersonation.
Okay.
I think black women are gonna vote black men when it comes to Trump.
Okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
I think, yeah, we gonna all show out. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think, and they made a joke about Biden family being the new demographic for voting for Trump.
Yep. Yeah, it's hilarious. I love it.
It is.
So you enjoy the rest of your evening. Billie Jean, take care. All of you, Prosperity said, great. Yeah, all of you, I'm coming to the comment section to answer. Blackson, you meet me in the comment section. People may have some questions for you as well. Come on to the comment section.
I love it. I love it, y'all.
All right. Thank you so much. See you next